Beginner mistakes 101 for guys that do cold approach. We have a video today that was asked on Discord. So if you're not part of the Discord or you haven't joined that Discord, make sure to join that Discord now. The link is in the description. Also, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe now, because the second we hit 500 subscribers, it allows us to put links on the screen so you don't have to go searching for it on the description. All right. But today we have beginner mistakes 101 for guys that do cold approach. Super important because I'm just going to summarize the most common mistakes we see guys make when we're out teaching camps, or just guys in general who don't really know about game or any of that stuff. So the most common one that we see is being timid, okay?
Look, I'm a very timid person. I'm a virtual paranoid.
It's number one. And this one is super important because I know it can be scary, guys. But this is a number one mistake we see in general. And I place this as the most important mistake that needs to be addressed immediately, because being timid affects both your physical, non-verbal game as well as your verbal game, okay? What do I mean by that? Well, when someone's timid, they're not all the way in, okay? When you guys are doing cold approaches, you're either gonna be 100% in or 0% out. I want you to think of this very binary, okay? Because if you land in the middle, if you're 50% into the interaction, 50% out, you're not fully committed is what I mean. You're not fully committed into this interaction. Chances are that you're gonna come off timid. What does timid look like on a physical level? Okay, when you're not fully committed to the set, to opening that set, what ends up happening is that your body language is holding you back, but your mind is telling you to go forward. So you kind of look a little scared to the girl's perspective. So you come in, you're like shaky, and you don't know if you want to go in, out, 100% in, 100% out. You don't know. And you're battling that internally, which there's nothing wrong with it. Practice makes perfect, but you're either 100% committed or 100% not committed. And if you land in the middle, that's what comes off as non-confident, timid. So next time you do an approach, go in 100% in, full body language, addressing her, not timid, not shaking her hand. Don't poke her in the back, okay? Don't do none of that bullshit, none of that gay shit. You have to be 100% committed. I like you. My name's Jesse. What's up, girl? Okay, that type of frame is that you have to establish. Again, super important, because what happens here, essentially, it also works against your frame, right? Because frame overall is a combination of both physical nonverbal cues and verbal, your tonality. So that's what a strong frame is. A strong frame is a confident frame that includes good physical nonverbal cues to the girl and verbal cues as well. So super important, guys. Don't fuck that up. Number one thing you have to address if you're timid is you have to 100% be in. As a result, this actually leads to the number two thing that we see guys fuck up on the most. Any guesses that we have here, guys? Do you guys still say? Yeah, you guys say. The number two most common approach is not trusting yourself. Okay? My handwriting's terrible, and I definitely abbreviated that. What do I mean by not trusting yourself? What impact does that have? So let's say you do address the issue of being timid. You go in with 100% confidence. Again, guys, the most common mistakes that we see, these are the most common, again, all have to do and deal around being confident, okay? Because if you come off as non-confident one way or another, it's going to make the interaction super hard, and then you start addressing the wrong issues, right? There's this thing called shit test that shouldn't even exist. When you are gaming properly and you don't have these issues, girls are not going to shit test you, okay? And if they do shit test you, it's not going to be a test, because this is who you naturally are. You're naturally confident. and it's never going to break your frame. All right. These bad habits that I'm explaining here are mostly because they are easy to break your frame. That's all it is. So what do I mean by not trusting yourself? Simple. When you don't trust yourself, guys, what ends up happening is you're second doubting your interaction. You're second doubting what you should do next. Girls like a guy who's confident and can lead them somewhere, who's confident in his own actions and that he's doing the right thing, a leader. Okay, so when you don't trust yourself, again, these things impact you both on the physical nonverbal cue and on the verbal perspective of things. So you have to be very, very aware of these two things. Now, when you don't trust yourself, it could be something that you're saying that you don't know exactly if that's the right thing to say. What I tell a lot of my guys is don't worry about what you're saying, just fucking say it and then calibrate to what you said. See her reaction a little bit, read her a little bit. But who gives a fuck about what you say? If you say something stupid, don't dwell on it, move on. But trust that you'll be fine, that you'll trust in your abilities. And again, that takes practice, but if you don't trust yourself from the first thing, be unfiltered, don't think about things. That's the second thing. The second thing that comes with not trusting yourself, another issue that stems from this is, most importantly, when you want to lead her, okay? When you want to ask her for some one-on-one time. You know, most girls are there with their female friends, but sometimes you have to go ahead and make the move. Okay, I got to know her friends approved, and we are all having fun now. I think I want to get to know her one-on-one. Ask her out to the bar to grab a drink, or ask her out to go sit down or go outside or something. And trust yourself that you're making the right decision to move her around the venue, wherever you are, okay? Trust yourself that it's the right time to get her number. You guys have to trust yourselves. And then this goes outside of game. This goes into your personal life. You have to just trust yourself in general. Super important. That's number 2 mistake we see. And again, the top 3 mistakes, what happens is that these all break your frame. They make you look timid. They make you look like a fucking beta bitch. So you guys have to be very, very careful about how you address these things. Okay, so that's number 1, as being timid. We address it. Number 2 is not trusting yourself. Simple enough. Now for number 3, I'm running out of room here. You guys probably won't see it. I'll put it over here. For number 3, and this is actually really, really important, the most common mistake we see, guys, and it's very real issue in terms of verbal, is you guys really struggle with letting her know your interest. Okay? I'm trying to write as fast as I can here, guys. Letting her know your interest. Why is that important? Because, guys, girls are not fucking sidekicks. They don't have a magic 8 ball out here. You know, they don't know what you're thinking, just like you don't know what they're thinking. So you got to communicate between the lines. Some guys do really well being up front because it fits their personality. It fits my personality. A lot of guys like to kind of hint at it, which is different, right? This is why whoever you take classes with as a coach, whoever you do a VIP dating immersion with, it's super important that he knows your personality, because then he can tailor your style game to you. Okay, we're building your game. We're building you as a person. You're not adopting my game. You're not adopting my personality. It's the other way around. We're developing you. Very different. So you got to let her know your interest. What happens when you don't let her know your interest? It gets platonic. Guys don't know how to do that. There's so many creepy things that I've seen guys said. There's so many things that aren't said. It goes on, right? You have the spectrum of creepiness all the way over here, and then you have the spectrum of you should have said something all the way over here. Guys never land in the middle. They're always on one end or the other. So you guys really have to be good at developing that habit of how am I going to communicate my interest through her. The number one way of doing that is by flirting. Okay, guys, when you guys learn how to flirt, when the interaction is flirty, 90% of the time, she in her mind is going to read it as, wow, this guy is a flirt. He's definitely interested. Okay, and it's going to keep her on her toes. It's the number 1 way to establish your interest is by flirting with her 24/7, and by kind of playing that high value I'm flirting with you, I kind of like you, but you're also kind of like a boyfriend to her throughout that short interaction where you're kind of taking care of her. Hey, by the way, you want to go back with your friends? Just go back with your friends. Like, it's okay. Like, I want you to have fun. Okay, I want you. It's about her. That's how you establish the interest. It's about her at all times. Once she picks up on that it's about her at all times, she's gonna know that you're interested. Okay, the second way to make sure that she's interested is by telling her up front. Of course, being candid. Okay, we'll call it that. Being candid. How do you do this without being weird? Again, guys, this goes hand in hand. A game is all. It's all congruent to one another, right? You can't be not timid and then trust yourself and then not trust yourself. These all got to be happening simultaneously. Again, all these things revolve around your frame, around who you are as an individual. Super important that you hit that. So how are you candid with her being upfront? Hey, by the way, I know me and you are having a great time. I really love like the interaction we're having. And I know you came with your friends. I don't want to ruin that, but I want to get to know you a little better. Boom. Super candid. You're up front. You already established. Drop the fucking marker.
Way to go, Butterfingers.
You're up front. You're already established the connection, and you're candid about it. Hey, okay, look, I like you. We're laughing. We're flirting with each other. You're here with your girls. I'm here with my boys. But I want to get to know you. Super candid, up front. You combine being flirty with being candid. Guys, your interactions are going to go out the roof. They're going to explode. You're never going to get blown out. They're going to fall in love with you in 2 hours. So these are the top 3 mistakes that we see guys make. These 2 are super fundamental, and it takes days to solve these while letting her know your interest as well. It's a very common one because it's a lot more verbal than it is physical. So we have to really, really attack on these problems, guys. Now, if you haven't already, download the free guides on flirting, texting, and fashion because it's a good way, it's a good Kickstarter to your foundation. So go ahead and subscribe, guys. Let me know what else you want me to make a video on. And don't forget to sign up for the immersion October 25th through the 31st in Las Vegas. 15 elite men, 5 coaches. The spots are filling up fast. We already have 5 guys signed up. We have 10 left, and there's still a little bit over a month left. So go ahead and reserve your spot. Click the link below for a call. We're only taking certain individuals. We're not accepting everyone. So go ahead and sign up for that info call to make sure and see if this is a right program for you. If not, no hard feelings. I hope you get value out of this video.